Whew, boy, Xenoverse 2 has been getting crazy for me lately. But is it really that early for me to talk about Xenoverse 3? I mean, there's still like less than a year left for it, work for it, so what do I do?
Maybe that's a sign. Maybe it's a sign that we need more time. We must perfect this game, as Cell would say.
Oh, I love that idea. Wait, Jack, what are you doing here?
Well, I couldn't help overhear your conversation about the perfect game. And honestly, I have to say, no game will ever be perfect without me in
it. Alright then.
Well, for starters, maybe we should spice up the competition with a few more, how we say, maybe something to keep me interested, like transformations, perhaps? A couple power-ups.
Welcome, everyone. I'm the SSJ Alex.
And I'm Jack.
And of course, we are going to do Xenoverse 3 ideas already!
Yes!
A lot more different than my Xenoverse 2 editions ideas. These are better.
The roar of the crowd, stop your feet to the ground. Give it all to me now, 'cause it calls, only calls all the way to the sound of the screams getting loud. Give it all to me now, 'cause it calls, only calls all the way.
Alright, so as you can tell, we are going to first talk about transformations. Now,
yes. Excuse my terrible Cell voice, by the way.
Yeah, don't worry, I think that's nice. Anyway. If you remember back in Xenoverse 2, we have Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 2, and Super Saiyan 1 on one slide. Then we got Super Vegeta 1 and 2, and then Future Super Saiyan, and Earthlings only got Powerful Pro.
Wait, hold on. Maybe we should kind of explain these a little as we go. Well, basically, the game would be so much better if we actually gave people or more races and awakenings instead of just focusing on one race. Cough, cough.
Yeah, that's right.
We came up with the idea for and the Saiyans should maybe have a branching path with their transformations. For example,
like for instance, for Super Saiyan, we can still get Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue. You can't take two because that, frankly, would make the game's balance horrible.
Horribly unbalanced.
So basically, here's an idea. Say for instance, you just want Super Saiyan, no Super Saiyan 2, no Super Saiyan 3. You can do that. But if you want Super Saiyan God along with it, you just don't need to have Super Saiyan 2, 3, or whatever else you want. You could just be Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan God, or, even better for you, Super Saiyan 1 to 2, and on to Rage. Objection!
Well, basically, what I think I should have been is, since apparently this point system isn't going to go anywhere anytime soon, I feel that maybe we should have transformations that reflect upon your build. Like, for example, Super Saiyan should be strictly for Strike build, and Super Vegeta should be strictly for Ki Blast build. Ergo, in terms of Super Saiyan, you should be able to go Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, and then Super Saiyan God, aka the red one. And then for Super Vegeta, you should be able to go Super Vegeta 1, 2, and then Super Vegeta, or Super Saiyan Blue, mayhaps. And then perhaps with each one you can add a Kaioken sort of finesse to it. That would bring a huge boost but drain health just like it would in a regular. When Goku's using it, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10. Yeah.
Yep.
But there's also the fact that... Oh wait, were you saying this? There should also be Future Super Saiyan, that could lead to future Super Saiyan 2, and then it should lead to Super Saiyan Rage. That way there could always be like a kind of like a connection to the previous form.
Exactly. And basically, while you guys would be getting more transformations, it's at least more balanced. So like, if you want Super Saiyan Rage, make a balance build. If you want Super Saiyan Blue, make a Ki Blast build. Or if you want Super Saiyan Guy, you make a Strike build.
Basically.
Now, I know
Although,
you're gonna go, oh, you're just saying this because you're fanboys. You're just gonna want Saiyans only to have transformations to make a few other races to have one extra one. And with that, I would say, how dare you, son? Because we also have a God class in this game.
yes, everyone should have a God class, no matter who they are. Now
By the way,
then.
if you don't know what a God class is, well, take a look up Dragon Ball Heroes God class. You'll find it.
Yeah, basically, by definition, everyone should have a God class. Except for the Earthlings who aren't present in the game, but I'm pretty sure it only takes a little imagination, folks. Come on. Use your minds.
Seriously. Like, say, a resurrection of Cell. Just make it like Bane. That's all. You don't need to make it. It's just only Cell coming back and then dying again.
The reaction of Cell would be awesome. But, the Earthlings, I like to refer to them as the humans, because it just feels better for some reason. But, the humans...
Basically, with the humans, we have the buff form return, of course. But it's a strike-based attack. The powerful full, of course, return, but that's like a speed boost. Nobody cares about it.
Nobody really.
But
It's
then
garbage.
we also have-
If you think it's good, you're lying. I'm just kidding. Everyone has their own opinions, but
Staring at you, perfection.
I guess everyone has their own opinion of it, but frankly, I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, first off, when you get on it, your attack actually goes down. First off, the damage output that you deal goes down. And then you have the same 3 combos, and none of them are really that good. You lose the ability to use skills and ultimates, and I'm just like, whose genius idea was this? But apparently some people like it for some reason I'll never understand. So there's that. Maybe I would suggest they juice it up a little in the next one. It's a great concept, but they need to really make people want to use it.
Yeah, like, I don't really want to use powerful full at all. I tried it. I hate it.
It's same here.
Anyway, for Ki Blasters, we have Pure Control, which is sort of like what Krillin did back in Dragon Ball Super when he and Goku who fought the Super Shenron. No, not the actual one. It was a... Just watch the episode, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yes, it was the fake Super Shenron. A nightmare, if you will. But basically, he got this cool little aura, and his wrist began to glow, or his fist, and it looked so amazing, like he had absolute ki control. So I think that would be very fitting for a Ki Blaster.
And honestly, since humans are just in general known to have far better ki control than Saiyans, it only makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is why with the branch system, we also have Jack.
We also have Kaioken. Well, here's something that doesn't necessarily exist, but I think it would be a good idea. It's called Perfected Kaioken, and basically, I feel that it should be a Kaioken awakening that you get that has all the powers of Kaioken, but has little to no stamina drain, and it has a little bit of a heavier aura when it comes to the red, a little bit heavier on the red, and a little bit more intense lightning. Give it sort of a really ominous appearance.
True, and not only that, since of course it'd be better, it would make people wanting to use Kaioken very happy.
Yes, because then they won't have to worry about, that crummy stamina drain.
Exactly. Now, this is where it got a little complicated for these next ones, because we don't really have as much transformations for them, even though ironically one potentially should, but one transformation just would really hurt our brains. So we're first gonna start with the Frieza race.
Wait, we forgot the God class for the
Oh
Earthlings.
yeah, that's right. with God class, we kind of thought what would be cool would be a thing called Angel Essence. Jack, would you like to explain it?
Now, for Angel Essence was... Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, oh, the Earthlings can't be strong enough to be angels like me, so well, shut up, because I'm not talking about the least kind of angel. I'm talking about maybe more of a general description of an angel, like with the wings and like stronger powers, basically sort of like the God version of a human. Because you guys are always claiming like, oh, the humans don't have God. Humans don't have God forms. Okay, well then, fine. Then how about an angel form of some sort? There.
Exactly. And
he just takes a mental.
And for reference for you people, I'll just put up Castillo from Supernatural. Maybe that should help. Yeah, I think that should help.
Yeah, that should help.
Anyway, moving on to the Freezer Rays. Because we don't have an actual name for them. Damn it, Toriyama. Anyway, Jack, would you like to start us off?
And we're now on the Freezer Race, right? Is that what we're wrong? I got distracted. I'm in the middle of battling this now.
We're on.
Or this, Jace. I said Jace, really?
Yeah, we're on the Freezer Race.
Okay, sorry. The Freezer Race is pretty, I guess, straightforward when you think about it. This generally, we all know what we request for them would kind of be like the obvious Freezer forms, which a lot of people would argue and say, well, Frieza was specifically had forms because, you know, he's strong and he needs to power down and etc. Blah blah blah. Yes, we know. So if you guys are so opposed to them getting like powered down forms and being able to transform into them, we just simply decided, well then how about we just make a 5th form for them.
That's right. You all know the cooler final form. That's what we decided to go with. And not because it only looks cool, but also it would be a good contrast to the golden form.
Exactly. And then after the 5th form, we have the obvious golden form, which I really wouldn't count as a god form, considering that the story is that Frieza's golden form, pay attention because you guys mess up on this a lot, Frieza's golden form was actually supposed to be the equivalent of a god form because he was Mr. Latent Potential, so naturally his was going to be stronger. However, Bandai, Namco, whoever, Damco, whatever you want to call them, did this strange thing where, Golden Form was apparently a god class in Pokemon, son of a gun, in Dragon Ball Heroes, where apparently Golden Form was a god class, which kind of threw me off there, but I don't think it should be counted as a god form. So, what we thought of was, while we're on the topic of combining forms, what if
we decided to go with a kind of a different way of doing this, but it is kind of possible considering there's a chance we could get a cooler like character in the future. I'm not saying that's 100%, do not quote me. I'm not saying cooler is canon, okay? I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is, we decided to come as a way to make it a god class. We decided to create Super Gold.
And basically, what that is that they go 5th form and then they turn golden.
That's right. That means not only would be a balanced as frick as hell strong character, but it'd just be awesome to look at. I mean, a lot of people make a lot of fan art showing Cooler in his final form with the golden form.
Exactly. Now just picture that on your created character. That would be awesome.
Phenomenal. Look at. And don't lie, you would piss your pants. Don't lie to me, people.
And wait, before we go on to the next part, there's also the argument that, well, you can make Coolest 5th form already in the created character thing, and I'm like, well, that's the thing. They can make, just all it takes is, once again folks, a little imagination, and they can create their own sort of 5th form, basically make it so that the muscles bulge bigger than like the created character could normally go to, and give it like a cool blue headpiece, and you know, basically I sit up here and there, and then there you go. It doesn't.
And plus, if you make the tallest Frieza race CAC, they're still going to be shorter than Final Form Cooler.
Oh, basically, almost as short as, still as short as Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga. That's not short.
Yeah.
But basically.
Keep that in mind, people. Keep that in mind before you just, you know, trash talk us. But seriously, let us know your opinions down in the comments below. But anyway, on to the Namekians, and oh my gosh, was this hard ass wreck!
Oh yeah, this one's gonna be hard because we don't really have much from them, but we managed to come up with a couple ideas.
Yeah, first, of course, keep the giant form.
Naturally.
Yay. Yeah, I never liked it. Jack's yet to try it out,
So I have no clue of how.
On it. Just wait for Jack's opinion on it, okay? Anyway, it was kind of hard for us because we could have said the Namekian fusion, but that would be tricky because it just be tricky.
Yes, it would be very tricky. There was one way I thought could have worked into that, but the problem is that they wouldn't be able to power down from it because we have yet to see the Namekians actually unfuse. Well, except for the
flashback.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're not going to count flashbacks right now.
No. So basically,
I did for a balanced one. It'd be drop weight, meaning like any weights, kind of like how Piccolo does things, where you know how he has his weights. You know, all he does is just take off the weights, and he gets much stronger. So not only would you get speed boost, but you also get a bit stronger along with it.
Right. So basically, it'll be a balanced increase. They basically take off their weighted clothing, and they get like this power boost as well as a speed boost.
Exactly. And of course, with the dog form, we went with something that is pretty well known right about now, and is kind of been used in like Dragon Ball Online and things of that nature. And
as well as Dragon Ball Heroes. Why, of course. As you obviously all have predicted by now, we are going to say the red-eyed Namekian.
Exactly.
Which, it isn't just going to be red eyes, folks. It's obviously going to be like with intense lightning, because, you know, lightning makes everything look stronger, apparently. It's also going to be with like intense lightning, and they're obviously going to have a little bit of a different skin pigment, various to their original skin pigment.
For instance, if you're a pure green Namekian like Piccolo was, you'd get a tad bit blue.
Basically.
Yeah, like we said, the Namekians were hard as hell to figure out, but this one wasn't really too hard, because you can figure ways to make this work, people. And because the last race we have is the Majins.
Now this one was a little, well, not very hard, but it was a little tricky.
Yeah, but not quite as tricky as the Namekians, I'll tell you that.
Oh no, of course not.
Basically, we of course have the purification form, unfortunately.
Which isn't that bad if they like maybe make it a little bit better in terms of. See, the main problem was we understand that a lot of the Majins were going to turn into Kid Buu when they got purification, but I mean, you would think you would be able to use your original skills or something like that, but you couldn't even do that. It looks literally like Kid Buu with a different palette swap and the same skills as Kid Buu. You were basically Kid Buu. Now, this would have been somewhat better if you could maybe use your own skills, and maybe if they let you keep your hairstyle or something. But with that being said, maybe they'll improve in the next game.
Yeah, because it's kind of a little freaky to see female Majin go Kid Buu.
It is a little weird, but I don't know. There are people out there who defend it, but most of them probably don't actually care about it. They just take whatever they can get.
Anyway, if you don't want purification, we actually also have a bit of an extra transformation here, of course, which is, drumroll please, absorption!
Naturally.
You're south first.
But it's going to work in a surprisingly different way from what most people would suggest. Now, with absorption it's supposedly going to be based off of whoever your current mentor is.
Yeah, because we can't just use absorption as just absorb your opponent like Kirby. That's really gonna be tricky, because then that's just more of an ultimate, not an actual transformation, and we're trying to balance the game out somewhat.
Now,
Something
basically.
Vince is apparently not good at. Anyway, basically what would happen is you use purification. And, my bad, I meant absorption. Stupid purification's in my mind now. Anyway, absorption is basically where you get a bit of an increase in everything, but your fight style changes with the mentor you have, as well as some of the clothing. Mainly like the top and things of that nature. So, say for instance, you have a mentor like Goku. You're gonna take maybe a few of his moves, as well as some of his clothing, in his fighting style, and basically, you'll kind of be cool looking, as well as fight like Goku if you wanted to. I mean,
Yeah.
depends
So that would
on-
basically make the Majins have like a very vast fighting style when you think about it, because I mean, with any, they would basically have whatever mentor they have, so that would probably vary on how many mentors are in the game, which we could assume they'd have all the ones from the past plus a couple new ones. But they basically have a very diverse fighting style, but only for basic attacks, well, and skills as well, actually. We think that maybe the ultimate should stay the same, but you get whatever skill attacks that your mentor have.
Yeah. Except for like the charge, you can get like 3 of the supers you gain, but you still can keep the 4th one to your own. So, yeah. And of course, we also have all raised transformations as well. We of course kept Potential Unleashed and regular Kaioken. But what we also kind of did was also include an equivalent to Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10. But it probably should be called Kaioken times 10, something like that. Where it's basically Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10, where you have the huge buff in power and everything, but you lose health. I know some people will call this broken, but we also included pure progress, so...
Basically.
Yep.
So basically everyone gets some new forms, so that way it can be fair for everybody. So everybody can have something to keep them interested in their race, you know?
Yeah. Like, I would like to try, like, other races' transformations out. Problem is, I dislike some of them.
Exactly. And another thing, maybe make it so that none of them turn out to be garbage. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Maybe
like,
get rid of this.
I would like to use Super Saiyan Rage, or...
Get rid of this crummy time limit on these transformations. Like, you shouldn't, even if it's meager now, because they fixed it so that it's not much of a stamina drain, make it so that you can stay purification as long as you want. I can't say I can't say the same for Giant, because I don't know how that's working.
You probably will find that out soon.
Yeah.
And also for Kaioken, maybe don't make it that useless. Because it is kind of a cool move in general. It's just useless, mainly.
Yeah, too much stamina drain.
Yeah, even for just a regular Kaioken, or Kaioken times 3, I would understand times 20 having a big one, but not that much. I want to be unique and different.
I know, right?
Unlike others who just want to make a Goku CAC or something like that.
But shall we move on to our next topic?
Indeed.